So you want to know what really makes me angry? Yeah, let's talk about that. Hey guys, Randy here with The Living Adventure. Yeah, hey, I want you to I just want to convey how I appreciate you guys following along and the patience you have with me. And the last couple of weeks, it's been super hot, and so it's restricted the amount of outdoor activities that one can do. It's just not wise to go out there in this kind of heat and play in the wilderness. So what I've been doing is I've been going through all 89 of my journals. 89 of these things, recapturing my travels and my journeys and the lessons that I've learned, and trying to put them together into this high responsive training program that I'm developing. And so I'm seizing the moment and taking the opportunity to make good use of the time that I've got. But the topic that I want to talk about today is about anger. And I got into this discussion the other day with some really nice people that I met. And they asked me, they said, you never seem to have anger. Like, you don't seem to be able to get angry. And I went, well, that did one time. I remember as a youth, in my early years, anger consumed me. It literally devoured me. And the reason that anger was such an important aspect of my life back then was because it was the only way that I really felt that I could control my environment. People were afraid of it. People were afraid. And I learned that as a child. If you throw temper tantrums, if you get angry, people back off and they stay away from you. And then as my discussion about anger with these kind people that I met the other day progressed, I explained to them that I remember the very exact moment when it was literally a switch in my head. And it was that dramatic. A switch in my head that went, you don't need to be angry anymore. Anger does not satisfy anything anymore. And the reality of it is ever since that switch went on in my head, that defining moment I call it, anger doesn't consume me. And so I started researching, part of all these 89 journals and everything else, this human behavior study that I've done is, what is anger? Anger is a wall that separates you from other people. That's really all it is. It's a barrier, a hard barrier that just shuts everything down outside of that wall. You are building it around you, and nobody's going to come into that wall. And that's really what it's all about. But by doing that, you're also shunning people away. You're creating a reputation. You're not accepting any new information. You're literally limiting yourself by becoming angry. Right? And if you don't like something, that's fine. You don't have to like everything in this world, but to get angry over that, people's behavior, we don't like people's behavior. Okay, that's fine. But we don't have to get angry over that, because all anger does is create a really bad situation. It actually takes a bad situation and makes it even worse. And so teaching people how to manage their emotions, including anger, and I think anger is the one that we probably fear the most because it's unpredictable, right? When people get that rage in them, that road rage, if we call it, or that sense of ugliness inside us that just blasts out. That's the one emotion, most importantly, that we need to get management of and calm it down and train it to not exist, to convert it into something more productive, to more meaningful. And it is possible. I know that for a fact. I've traveling around the world. I mean, I was 19 years old when that switch went on in my head, right? That was a long time ago. And ever since then, never found the need to get angry. And you know what's attached to anger? This is what I also found, right? Jealousy. Jealousy and anger are connected at the hip, and they are inseparable. And so when that switch went on from detaching me from anger, it also detached me from jealousy. And because I remember as a youth, man, anger and jealousy were big parts of my life. And now they just don't exist. So I know it's possible. I know you can do it. And there are ways of providing you the tools to which you too can get rid of that anger and get rid of that jealousy. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. Cheers.